Again, Mike Skeen, driver of the, I hope I pronounced this correctly, number 32 Gilbert Korthoff. Is that
Yep.
correct?
Yep.
Korthoff Mercedes-AMG in the IMSA GTD Class in the Volcanic Racing Porsche Cayman GT4RS and SRO.
That's right.
You
It's
have
a
to be able to
mouthful.
speak our language to have an interview.
That's right. Yeah.
Welcome back to Questions with Connie.
Thank you.
I got to see you in Daytona.
Yeah, I wish we had connected. I saw you in distant areas of the paddock and stuff throughout the weekend, but never actually crossed paths. But yeah, it was good to see you down there.
Yeah, usually we get some time to chat. I did get to talk to Kelly a little bit.
Yeah.
How was it for you? You came in P3.
Yeah, good. We led a bunch throughout the night, and we're certainly like top 5 car throughout the race, really. And no major mistakes. Car was pretty clean. We were really happy, especially for a pretty young program. That's just kind of started up mid-year last year, and the team's kind of cycled through few different people to kind of get to the team that we have now. And it's a lot of really good people and a lot of experience. And we had high hopes. We knew that the program could be competitive, but to go straight into a huge 24-hour race is obviously a big step. So thrilled really to be on the podium, and to honestly think, and kind of throughout the middle of the race that we had a pretty good shot at winning it. So it's a good sign of things to come, I think.
Yeah, that's amazing. So who joined the Ginger Steeg in the car?
Well, now we're the Ginger Ninjas because Stephen McAleer and I, both Gingers, will be in it for the year. And then we also had James Davison and Scott Andrews in for Daytona, and Scott will be back for Sebring. And the enduro stuff. So happy to have all those guys. Really strong lineup, and I think Steven and I are going to have a lot of fun throughout the year.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. So how did you do your stints through the race?
Obviously breaking them up quite a bit. I did a double stint at the beginning, which was hectic. I mean, honestly, you would have expected it was like a 20-minute sprint race at the start of the way everybody was driving. Like, it was super, super intense. Really couldn't get through without even the light contact here and there, which was the goal. Really was to keep it totally clean for 20 hours or something, and then start battling. But everybody, and that was kind of throughout the race. It was every restart was like a sprint race, a battle, people pushing you off and stuff. So it was intense. It was like I think I posted on Facebook that it was a 24-hour sprint race, and it really was, because the cars are so reliable now. But back to the stints. So I did that double stint early. Then I did another double stint soon after dark, kind of like 10-ish or something. And then I did another double in the middle of the night, maybe 3 a.m., a single, and then another double right before sunrise. So a lot of hours, I think maybe 7 or 8 hours, something like that in total. But a lot of fun. It was
That's
good time.
like a whole chunk car race by yourself.
That's right. Yeah. Got it broken up a little bit. Unfortunately, the way yellows and stuff played out and the strategy kind of changed. I never had a really long break, so I didn't get a whole lot of sleep either. Maybe a 30-minute nap here or there. But it was a long night for sure.
Yeah. Wow. So what do you eat during all that time? Just snacky things, or do y'all?
Yeah, kind of. I mean, especially because of the, like I said, the way it timed out for me, where I didn't have big long breaks. I didn't want to have big meals. I did. Yeah. Between the first double stint, which, for those that weren't watching, 1:40 was the start time of the race. So by the time I got out, it was kind of mid-afternoon. Then I had a couple hours that I could eat like a real dinner before I got back in the car after dark. And so I got a real meal there. And then between all those night stints, it was like, bananas and fruit snacks and stuff like that to kind of keep it a little bit light, but mostly just focusing on rehydrating every time I got out, lots of Pedialyte Sport or that sort of thing.
It was so cold, my God.
That was the other side of it. There was not much hanging out in pit lane because just sitting around in a driving suit was freezing. So yeah, getting back, trying to just stay warm between the stints. But you do have to be kind of on call. There always has to be a driver there in the pits waiting just in case something happens with the driver on track. So you do end up spending a fair amount of time waiting, but it was cold for sure.
I figured y'all be up cuddling tires trying to keep each other warm.
Tires were colder than us. So,
yeah. Oh, well, that sounds really awesome. That really is. You drive in so many different series. How is it to be able to adjust from not only car to car, but series to series? They seem to all run so differently.
Yeah, the biggest thing I think is the series differences. Obviously, the cars are not too hard to get adapted to. Little differences, but after you get a couple weekends or something, especially with a car, you really learn it, and it's easy to jump back into. The hard part's remembering. All right, is this series I can pass when the green comes out on restarts, or do I have to stay single file or double file, or what's the pass by procedure? It's all that procedural stuff that you can get lost in the weeds on if you're not really paying attention. And so, even at Daytona, we saw a lot of people, especially guys that don't race full time in IMSA, come over to do that one big race at the start of their year, and they may not remember or know all those little tiny rules like pit out light and the pass by procedure stuff, and it's really easy to get penalties, which can set you back a long ways. So it's that kind of stuff that's the biggest thing moving series to series.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. I know Kerrigan's talked about how nice it would be if each series just used the same flag protocol.
Yeah.
But people just kind of laugh him out of the room. So it seems to me to make a lot of sense, because even when I vintage raced, it was slightly different, and you screwed up.
Yeah, for sure.
But anyway, you're also an amazing driver coach, I hear. So do you ride in the car or instruct?
Yeah, not anymore. I did, for a long time when I was growing up, I was doing driver club days, HPD days, and would do a lot of in-car instruction, and did that for a while. But now, the data systems are so good, and I'm working typically with guys with GT3, GT4 level cars that are really quick, probably don't even have a seat to begin with, but also the danger level is a little bit higher riding along with those. And even if the cars are really safe, the drivers are really safe, anything can happen anytime. So that, just limiting exposure, to danger, just being in the car all that time. I don't ride anymore. So, but the data systems are so good that you can do all that learning, really detailed, both even live now. You can do data streaming and, that sort of thing. So you can give live feedback to people over the radio, watching, telemetry and stuff as you go. So, technology has gone a long way to making it where you can't hide what you're doing, but also make it where you can learn a lot too.
Yeah, that's pretty amazing. I guess that's been, really prevalent in the last 10 years, probably started a little bit before that, but it's come along so far so fast.
Yeah, for sure. I remember even when I was running Spec E30 back in 2007, 2008, I had a track mate, which was kind of one of the really early ones. There was obviously stuff before that, but kind of the early consumer level products. And I coached with that for a long time, and now they've evolved hugely into what we have now. So it's awesome.
Yeah. Do you still track any of your personal cars? Because you're a BMW guy, right?
I am a BMW guy, and I have a couple of the cars that I own I've had on track, but not really. Every now and again I'll go out for fun or something like that, but I'm on track so much and get the opportunity to drive so many cool cars. I have been actually playing with the idea of building up a BMW Spec E46, because that class is so fun looking. I've seen a lot of my friends driving that in NASA and stuff. And I'm sure you've seen the big races out of your events, and it's an awesome battle. It's cool to see, but I just don't have time to even do it right now.
Yeah, that would be fun. But your team owner and sponsors and all that probably aren't as excited about it as you might be.
Perhaps, yeah, perhaps, but it's always good to be on track too and keeping sharp.
That's cool. Well, when you're out of VIR, I have to ask, what's your favorite part about the track?
Well, the whole facility in general, I love. Just it's obviously you can see it behind you there. It's beautiful, and there's just so many great tracks within the facility, and it's just a great place to be. Even as a fan, I went there for years. I remember watching Trans Am when I was a kid there, and it's just a fun place to be and hang out. But to me, the best part about it is just the old school layout of the track. It's not kind of mutilated like a lot of the new tracks that have paved runoff everywhere, and track limits is always an issue. This is kind of self-policing, and that's what I really love about it, is the hills, the elevation changes, the kind of natural terrain feel to it.
Yeah, that's cool. Have you haven't seen the new track improvements we've made over the winter yet, have you?
Nope, haven't been there yet this year.
When are you coming?
I don't know. That's a good question. I've got a date in March. I think I'm coaching there, but that's the only thing I know of at the moment.
Oh, good. Well, our first on track this year is this weekend.
Oh, good.
I can't believe it's here already, and the schedule's really, really full. So we're very excited. it's going to be a good busy year. A lot of construction. We're rebuilding pit lane right now, so we
What's
won't have
going on,
that
Kevin?
finished, but we'll be driving the full course using the false grid or the south paddock. So
Okay.
maybe we'll get done before you get here. We'll find out.
Well, that'd be fun to see.
Yeah, I'm real excited. It's been on the wish list for years, all these improvements, and with my new partnership, we had a very good year last year as well. We've been able to do some things that have just been on the wish list for a long time. Safety always comes first.
Yeah. No, I always see, like last year, I remember the wall extension out, in between 1 and 2, and it's good to see that there's always stuff being improved there.
Yeah. Yeah, now it's also on driver's left going in from 17 to 1,
Mhm.
and then coming out of 2. So you've got that on driver's left and driver's right going in and out now. So that's good stuff. It got hit the first weekend, so it was good it was there.
Yeah.
Well, what are you looking forward to most this year?
Well, obviously, the racing you mentioned, being in a competitive program within GTD again is going to be really, really fun. Hopefully, we've already been on the podium. Hopefully we can search out some wins this year. That'd be really great. I've never been in a program within IMSA full time that can, that's that competitive. So being teamed with McAleer and with the, really strong program behind us, hopefully we can go find some wins maybe there. Also really looking forward to that SRO program. That's with Will Walks, a friend of mine from IGT, that's kind of making his step up from club racing to pro racing. And, so hoping to have a lot of fun there, but I think we'll also be competitive in the Pro-Am SRO side of things. And then I can't talk about it too much yet, but also have some GS racing that we're going to announce here in the next week or two. So a couple races there. Looks really good, really fun too. So looking forward to that. And any other racing I can get into, but it's a lot of fun.
Good for you. You are a busy guy.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah. So tell me how you got your Ginger Steve name.
That was with some friends. Honestly, I can't pinpoint who first came up with that label. But like, I don't know, 10 years ago, probably a friend of mine, for I think around Christmas or my birthday, had gotten gingerstig.com and made a website with, like, potential sponsors of Cheetos and orange soda and all that kind of stuff, and a nice funny website. And so that's kind of what popularized it within kind of my fan group, friends.
Orange
And
Crush.
yeah, exactly. And so that's stuck for a while, and it's fitting. Yeah, for sure.
That's really fun. I like it.
Yeah.
I like it. Well, that's all I got today.
Okay.
Anything else you'd like to add?
I don't think so. Yeah, it's always a pleasure. I'm really looking forward to getting there. Obviously, several times this year, racing there in SRO towards the beginning of the year, and then later with IMSA. So at least for those and other testing and driver's ed events and stuff, I'm sure I'll see a lot of the members and all that around. So I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, we'll see you in March. Maybe are you going to come out and do the car and driver lightning lap, the participant day?
I don't know. I saw an ad for that, but yeah, I don't have anything planned for it, but I might have to come check it out if it's an open weekend.
We're really looking forward to it. I mean, that's a first event, so it's going to be kind of exciting to watch mere mortals duplicate the lightning lap, which is pretty amazing.
You'll have to find a car for that.
It just came out. Yeah, get a fast one.
There you go.
All right. Well, thanks so much, Mike. We'll see you soon.
Yep, sounds good.
Okay.
Thanks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.